Week 2, day 4, from Jacob to Israel. We left off yesterday, and Jacob was on course to meet up with his brother Esau, who he hadn't seen since he took his birthright and his blessing. So Jacob was very nervous about this meeting. He thought that Esau would still be angry. So he was thrilled when Esau came up to him and hugged him, and they talk and they reconcile. And Esau ends up asking Jacob to come with them. But Jacob says, no, we should hang back here because we're going to be a little bit slower. We've got family, we've got animals and things, so you guys go on ahead. So God is telling Jacob at this time to go to Bethel. So they are headed in that direction. And Rachel is about to give birth to the second son, and Rachel gives birth to the son, and she dies during childbirth. So they name the second son Benjamin. You'll remember Rachel's first son was Joseph, who is Jacob's favorite. So they, after this happens, now altogether, if you'll remember, Christy kind of ran over this yesterday, there are now 12 sons that Jacob has. And Jacob is now called Israel. So there are these 12 sons of Israel. And this is what Angie Smith has to say about that. Every one of these names of the sons are important, and it will shape your understanding of the entire scope of Scripture. Not just that, but your understanding of Christianity today. I know it sounds like a big claim, but it's true. One day, a few weeks from now, you're going to be reading passages in the New Testament, and a huge smile is going to spread across your face because they finally make sense in context. So we're going to go over those now just to kind of review them once again. So there are 12 sons. Leah has 6 of the sons. She has Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. Rachel has the 2 sons, Joseph, which is the favorite, and Benjamin, who she died giving birth to. And if you'll remember, they both had maidservants, and those maidservants, Rachel's maidservant's name was Bilhah, and she had Dan and Naphtali, and then Leah's maidservant was named Zilpah, and she has Gad and Asher. So these make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and those tribes end up getting land, okay? So they're called the tribes of Israel because they're the sons of Israel, who was previously Jacob. And is anybody else with me? I always thought they were from the country Israel, but no, they're from Israel, the man who used to be Jacob and is now Israel. So this is what happens. They each get land, except it's broken down a little bit differently. So Levi's tribe, they're all priests, so they actually don't get physical land because their land is God himself. And so that makes 11 now. And Joseph, he doesn't get land either because he was the favorite. So he has 2 sons, and both of those sons get land instead. His sons are Manasseh and Ephraim. And so that makes up the 12 tribes. And Angie Smith points this out. The lists vary a little bit depending on which book of the Bible you're reading, but it always works out to 12. So just keep that in mind whenever you're reading other books that may say things a little bit different. And so that's it for the 12 tribes today. We'll pick up and talk a little bit more about Joseph tomorrow.